Hello, welcome to the Marketing 101 for Small Business Owners podcast. I'm excited that we are in this new series on this podcast, the Moco Buzz Business Connections, where we are interviewing local business owners, digging a little deeper into their business and talking about some of the marketing successes and struggles that they've experienced. And so today my guest is Kari. Kari's a very dear friend of mine. We've done a lot together. So please, Kari, introduce yourself further. Let them know a little bit about yourself and your business, please.
Yes. Hi, Philippa. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I'm excited to be here. So about me, I am a courageous conversation coach. I help people, individuals, and small businesses make progress in their community, so either as an individual or as that organization, by facilitating those intentional conversations that focus on those big issues and result in actionable goals. Because that's what coaching's about, is setting those goals and what's that action plan. And
Awesome.
other than that, that's a little bit about me. I'm a wife and a mom, and I have a dog and all those things too.
Perfect. And now, in the first couple times when I heard you share about your business and I heard courageous conversations, I was thinking more of like a mediator between two
hmm
people that were having a struggle and needed to resolve the issue together. But after working with you, I realized it's a little bit more about a conversation that you have with me as a client,
hmm
really helping me to better understand some of the struggles that I have, reaching some goals
hmm
that I have, overcoming challenges. So, do I
hmm
understand that better now?
Yes, and basically my job is to help you use your strengths to get those goals done, to help you use what you're already doing that you already know you're good at to get to where you want to go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you for the clarity. And I
Yeah.
can say I have experienced you on several times, and the most recent one was that basically uh, vision board workshop that you
hmm
led, and it's really been inspiring. And I'm shamefully I didn't print my final version, so I can't even show it to you. It's like, oops, I put my foot in my mouth there, but it was a very helpful experience, and I will get that printed up and have it right here in front of me, so it inspires me every day. Now,
Good.
today, what I want to really focus on is some of the marketing, of course, being Marketing 101 for small business owners. So tell me some things that you have done marketing wise that you feel has
hmm
actually been successful for you and led you to some clients.
Right. So, what I find has been successful in leading to clients has been one, like direct email marketing, where I'm emailing through my website list, right? Like whoever's on their email, or some
Yeah.
of my groups of people that I have in my, like, in separate groups in my just general business email where I send them, let them know like what I'm doing, what's going on, what I'm offering. That's working well.
Yeah.
Other piece that's working well is the hard part, which is going out and meeting people, like at the Gettysburg Germantown Chamber of Commerce, like, and that kind of
Yeah.
marketing where you're going out and making those relationships. That's working really well too. That's also something I think
Good.
I resisted for a little while. But those are two really strong things that I'm finding results from.
I that is awesome. I absolutely love networking. Yes, in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning it was very nerve-wracking,
Mm-hmm.
showing up and trying to be authentic and still get people's attention. And but now I've kind of embraced that
Mm-hmm.
model and that method, and that's where I got most of my clients come from situations like that. So it's good to hear
Mm-hmm.
somebody else is having a good experience with that as well. All right, so
Yes.
tell me some struggles, some things you may have tried or you want to
Yeah.
try and you just haven't got it out the door yet.
Yeah, so I think a couple things. One is I want to do better with social media, and I have a lot of mixed emotions around it. I think it's emotions is the right word, by the way, because I think I have personal feelings around it too, which are different than
Hmm.
business. So I've had plans I follow where I post a certain amount of days with a theme for each day. I have broken away from that and gone very slim currently, but I think I still need to be consistent with it. So I've moved from a very consistent pattern that wasn't really getting a lot of results, and I'm sure there's something reason for that, to
Hmm.
a well, post inconsistently but still post because you need to be present. And now I'm in the very inconsistent zone, so I'm looking for more effective ways to post on social media, I think,
Hmm.
that are impactful, I guess, because I want to be purposeful in that. But a lot of the ways when I was following my schedule, like a quote on Monday and something about vision boards on Tuesday, that wasn't really getting a lot of business. There was one time I did where I was working with another business and I got people to sign up, but that's because their business was probably bigger than mine. So our tagging of each other worked. So that did work. But my regular schedule of posting doesn't seem to be the best way to market. I think that is my biggest thing sticking out. And then I also think as far as marketing, there's something I don't know I should be doing. That's the other thing is I think there's something I don't know. And I don't know what that is. Like I'm bringing to you like, I know I'm doing this thing, it doesn't seem right. And then there's something I think there's like something I'm missing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it's that, like, is there, I don't know. It's very open-ended, but.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And when it comes to social media and consistency and, quantity, how many times you post, one of the things I always fall back on is find what works for you. And so, some people will say, oh yeah, you've got to do 2 or 3 posts a day, or I don't, yes, depending on your industry, that could be very effective. But if you don't have the team and the manpower to do that, it's unrealistic, and it can become personally and emotionally more of a burden than something that's achieving anything. Even if you get one client from it, was it worth the emotional burden and struggle to go through that? And so I say, find what works for you, and stick with that. So even if it's not 1 post a day, I focus and I plan out 1 post a week, and that's my main podcast, sharing that information. Other than that, I post as it comes, and it feels a little bit more natural for me that way. So that might be something that's helpful, is coming up with a schedule that's not as stringent, and maybe it's just focusing for now on the time slot of saying, okay, Wednesdays I'm going to post something. And then you just take the time maybe at the beginning of the month to say, okay, for this month I want to post about maybe a certain topic. And you can think about those schedules and what you want to do for each post ahead of time. That way Tuesday comes around, okay, great, I already know what I'm going to post. I just need to make it happen and make it a little easier that way. And one thing I thought about too, in terms of posting content that not only feels good for you, but also is connecting and sending the right messages to your audience and convincing them of the value of your work. And that's maybe focusing some content on reviews or personal feedback from people. So for instance, I know you just completed a group workshop, and so maybe taking feedback from the attendees and saying, hey, I would love to share this on social media. Do you have one thing that you could say to, online, that I could post online of, you encouraging people to come? So like I would write a post saying, I would definitely recommend this workshop because, blah, blah, and I would share all the good stuff that happened out of that workshop. And sometimes hearing, obviously we know reviews are so powerful. Sometimes before you even buy a product, sometimes you're looking at other people's experience with that particular product or service. And so having direct feedback of what people experienced firsthand going through it, I think would be really encouraging, and it would come across less salesy because it's the sale that those comments are doing the pitch for you. You're not really pitching it, it's they're doing the work for you, and encouraging people to try it out. And then you can wrap up that quote or the caption with saying, hey, if you'd like to experience this yourself, then email me or schedule whatever it is you want them to do. So maybe try something about that. That way it's less work on you. You're still presenting information about the business, but it's not you being salesy, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay, so what I really like that you said there, 2 things. One, I like that you said realistically like once a week. I think I do see all these, I'm a solopreneur. So I think when I see all these bigger people doing so many times, it's overwhelming. So this idea of one good content post, like I think I could leave here and like wrap my brain around that. Like every Wednesday I'm going to post something with purpose. And then like you said, if there's something I see I like from a chamber event or something I did and I want to tag you, okay, that's freedom of that. But like but the pressure is the schedule's 1 purposeful content a week. Okay, that seems realistic and attainable for me. And as a coach, I like realistic and attainable goals. Yes. So that feels good. Also, okay, this review idea. I think you and I have talked about this before, and I think that's a great idea because I do have some of those and I don't post them. So I just need to post them. And I wonder too, what do you think? You just made me think about something. So I always send surveys after workshops to people to complete and say what worked or didn't work. And I wonder if in that, like, is that a place to put, hey, I'd love to put a thought of yours on social media, and like in that little drop down box on the survey, I note this would be what's posted, like that kind of thing. Like that's great. Okay. I could work that in too.
I mean, you can for the most part, you could probably just copy and paste it, check for typos, especially if it's in a box. There may not be like a spell check. But that you just take that, maybe plop it in Canva and make a little social media graphic out of it. And there you go.
That's so doable. I like that idea. Or even too, like you're saying, even if a separate email goes out to some people and say, hey, you've done this vision board workshop and it's been a month. I want to check in and see what your thoughts are. I'd love to post this on social media if you feel like you could reply. And then you take that back. Kind of same idea is what you're saying, is ask for those. And then you use as you're asking people for your marketing.
Another one too is again, utilizing the clients and being able to showcase their input and feedback. Is like, I should have had one today, is ask your clients, hey, if you are comfortable with it, take a picture of you in your house with your vision board. So I can, that, and if I can share it on social media, say, this is the work in action. I wouldn't mind doing that as well. Maybe it's a little from a distance, maybe you can't see personal information on it, but in the image, you'll still see the finished product, the kind of get the idea of what people can experience. So maybe that is another idea for people to send the content to you being able to tag them if they want, but you're able to showcase your work in action.
This is such great stuff. It's very realistic for me, so that's good. Yeah, definitely. And I think too, that answers like, what am I forgetting? Like, how I said, I think there's something I'm forgetting, and then you told me, well, you're forgetting that you have people that participate in that are your clients, and you can ask them, because people do want to give feedback. I get that anyway. I just need to be a little more official about it, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Getting the feedback is so good. You can use that feedback in so many ways. And one of those ways is showcasing the quality of the work by sharing their good feedback with other people.
Yeah. And because people love to snap a picture, so that's fun too. Like if I said to somebody, hey, snap a picture of you here at the workshop, or with me here, or with your vision board. That's a great kind of a fun way, because people like to do those kinds of things that are simple and fun. And
even for those who are a little bit more personal in terms of what they're going through on their vision board.
Sure, of course.
Take it in a way that doesn't reveal too much information about yourself, but you're still showing that you're going through this journey, which it is a journey. As I'm learning, doing a vision board, it's not just a one-time thing; it's a journey. So
it is a journey, and you're so right. That's such a good point. Just to do it, make it simple. I love all this. Okay, this is good stuff.
Awesome. Well, Kari, I do want to leave with making sure people know how to follow up with you, connect with you. So how would you like people to learn more about you? Either your website, LinkedIn, you let us know.
Okay, so you can find Courageous Living at www.kariprimozic.com. So that's KARIPRIMOZIC.com. So that's where you can find out about workshops and me, and you can reach me via email that way as well. So.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I hope a lot of people learn from it as well. And we will continue next week. Wednesday, you'll get some educational marketing content from me, and then next week, Friday, we'll have another local interview for the Moco Buzz Show. So thank you, Kari.
Thank you, Philip. I'm so excited about this. This is great.
Awesome.